don't know what it is with content creation, but everything just feels off. Whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, it doesn't matter. Everything just feels kind of stale. I don't really know what the answer to the question is. Um I think YouTube's kind of the biggest culprit when it comes to this. But like I remember being 14 years old and I was hyped to watch YouTube, and everything now just it doesn't feel the same, and I don't quite understand why that is. Like a prime example is just I started, this new YouTube account because my feed was kind of just bland and I wanted to start making content again. I shit you not, I'm subscribed to a couple channels. I've watched a couple channels, but then I watch one video about sim racing because I've recently got into sim racing and I bought a wheel, and my entire feed is all just sim racing videos. It's either Mr. Beast or just sim racing. And part of that has to do with YouTube's whole new AI algorithm bullshit that just pisses me off beyond belief. Because everything that gets recommended on your page is entirely reliant upon retention rate. And from a creator perspective and a YouTube perspective, I understand why everything is based off of retention rate. That's not what surprises me. What surprises me is the fact of just how automated, sloppy bullshit AI the algorithm has become now. I remember back in the day, you'd log on YouTube and you'd get a couple new videos recommended, but it would be a conglomerate of some shit you've watched recently. It would be, channels you're subscribed to, maybe channels that people that you watch consistently are also watching or subscribed to. And now it's just like I watch one fucking video on how to set up a sim racing wheel, and my entire fucking feed is just tutorials for different fucking wheels. It's absurd. And like part of it too is I feel like YouTube as in general is just behind the ball. Yeah, okay, you have the implementation of shorts and things like that, but I feel like YouTube's kind of just lost its spark. It's almost kind of become what Fortnite has kind of become, where it's just you copy and paste almost any popular feature with another social media app you find. You know, I think the biggest one, that YouTube struggles with is, I feel like Twitch is catching up in terms of popularity, and with Twitch catching up in terms of popularity, you'd assume that YouTube might come forward and start pushing streams more or finding a better way to implement streaming on its platform, and it's abysmal. I stream on Twitch not because I enjoy and want to stream on Twitch. I do it because YouTube streaming just sucks. It's terrible. They don't push streams in a way. It's not easy to find them. The interaction with people on YouTube just isn't the same. You don't get that full community outlook that you do on platforms like Kick or Twitch. And I feel like the whole, circling back to the main point of this, where, it's what's the problem with content creation? TikTok kind of killed shit for me from an enjoyable perspective. I think it's done it for a lot of things. And it's, from a creator's perspective, I do love the idea of, clips and short form content in theory. It's a great idea. But I just feel like with the effect that it's had on people, and even myself included, it's not very good. I find even myself, I struggle with my attention span just because of how addicting it is to just scroll through short form content, whether it's YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels. They all kind of get bundled up into one. It's kind of like a double-edged sword in a sense. I feel like from the content creator's perspective, it's great. It's easy content to make. TikTok's algorithm in terms of showing your content to people is really good, to be honest. But it's just I don't like it. I don't. I put it out. It might be hypocritical of me to say, but it's just I feel like it's kind of made content stale, and especially with the implementation, fuck me, of AI in certain aspects, mostly with YouTube's algorithm. It's kind of just annoying. Like half the time, I don't even find myself watching videos off of my recommended. Usually, I'm just searching for videos, which is generally actually why I stay away kind of from YouTube from like a watching perspective. I mean, there's a couple channels that I'll still watch every now and again, but it's not very, cohesive as it once was. It's not to say that there aren't good, refreshing content creators out there. I mean, even if we look in the streaming space, I mean, I've always fucked with Adapt. Jev's always nice to come back to. Moist Critical, like Charlie, he's awesome. Joe Bartolozzi or Joe Bart, he's been a amazing breath of fresh air for me that I constantly go back to. But I think kind of the biggest thing when it comes to sort of the whole streaming craze and stuff like that, not even really streaming, more I guess back on the TikTok short form content things, is I feel like it's made everyone's attention span so brain dead to the point where like there was a time on YouTube where like falling off was a thing, but if you got traction, like it would take somebody years to fall off. I shit you not, dude. I will find a streamer or a content creator, and then like 3 weeks later, that man is completely irrelevant. That man, like that person is just irrelevant. Okay, like they have their little cult following, but like they could be pulling 20K. 3 weeks later, they're pulling like 3. It's actually insane. And you see the same thing carry over into like gaming as well and like gaming content. It's like a game pops off and then like 3 weeks later that shit's dead or you're just not seeing content about it. I think the only exception to this that I can really think of in recent memory is probably like, Arc Raiders, and that's about it. Like the fact that a lot of big streamers, I think Jinxie is a prime example. I mean, he understands this, so it's constantly like, let's go revive a game, and he plays that game for like 2 weeks, and as soon as he's done, that game's dead. Like it's just people's attention spans are so fucked at this point. Like it's just content in general, man. It's sad. I'm not saying it's all bad or it's all horrible. I feel like if you stick to kind of certain niches or certain creators on YouTube, you're fine. And it's not to say that good content doesn't exist. Good quality content is great. I find myself, there's really good. I watch a lot of Tarkov shit. So I always find like kind of those Tarkov, story time videos, stuff like that is always really good. But, I just, the content in general is just confusing to me. Like we used to say like clout chasing in 2016 was a problem, and now I look at it and I'm just like, oh boy. Oh boy. This is fun. This is great. I honestly, at the end of the day, I don't even know where this rant is supposed to go. It's just content nowadays. It's just it hurts. Like you can't even be inspired by anyone anymore, I feel like. There's guys that I'll see that run like, Snapchat filters as like their face cams because they don't want to show their face, but they don't want to be a full-blown VTuber. And then people just like flock to them and just go like, "Oh, you're a peanut ripoff." And it's like, can a dude not be inspired by a creator? I mean, I'm kind of in that same boat. If you guys ever tune into my Twitch, you'll see that I usually run like a little mushroom Snapchat filter thing. And then slowly, just out of this, I guess, insecurity of not wanting to show your face. But I also don't want to be an anime character. So, I was like, fuck it, I'll be a mushroom. But it's always just kind of like I feel like the content has just reached this point where it's just, how do I steal people's attention for like 3 minutes of their time and just do nothing with it? Like a lot of engagement I see is just trolling, rage baity, whatever. And it's like I remember a time where you'd watch content because you just genuinely enjoy the content. And like I said before, it's not to say that that doesn't exist. I mean, there's guys like Joe Bart, Queso, even Jinxie to some extent, even though his chat's kind of painful to read sometimes. But I just remember a time where it was YouTube was videos like this. It was people sitting down with gameplay in the background, talking just about random stuff or trick shot compilations or just really anything, you know. And it's, some people could say it's low effort, but it was this chill, calm demeanor. And it's not to say that that level of content, I guess, still it doesn't exist, because it does exist. I mean, I'm doing it right now, and there's plenty of channels that do. But I don't know, making content and consuming content right now, it's just, I guess growing up, through my early years, watching content as a little kid, watching Minecraft explode, seeing that whole journey, seeing its resurgence, um, seeing YouTube Rewind, which was actually a really fun thing at one point, die right before my eyes, and then just getting to this point where it's just grab your attention and then like troll you, or like kind of, I don't even know at this point, man. It's wild. I guess the last thing I'll say before I end this little commentary tidbit off is, I'll probably do more of these, but I don't know if you guys have any opinions at all as to kind of the current state of creating content, trying to get into creating content, or just consuming content, and you have an opinion, feel free to share it down below. I mean, this is kind of just me doing a little bit of a ramble, but yeah, I don't know. Content's just not what it used to be, man.